All right. Time for Dan Hooker to get wrestle fucked. Yeah, Dan Hooker's getting taken down. But I don't know. Gamrot kind of shits the bed sometimes. But Dan is pretty... He's out of his prime, I would say. Dan Hooker has like a decent reach for the division. Not for his height, though. Hooker's reach is good. Just feels like he never uses it. Motherfucker had a midlife crisis, started tatting himself up. Looks dumb as hell. Dan, the midlife crisis Hooker. Alright, let's see it. So many fights are just gigantic mismatches. I mean, this is a gigantic mismatch. Gamrot should ragdoll him. But Eugene's camp, City Kickboxing, is pretty good at working defense against the cage. The problem is that Gamrot's takedowns out in the open are really good. So he can go for those low singles out in the open and he can get them. That's where he's going to want to take Dan down pretty easily, I would say. But we'll see. All right, let's see it. Feeling each other out in the open. Dan's looking good with the pressure. Holding the center of the octagon, which is good. Yeah, it's accurate from DC. Pressuring is a good idea. Having a lower stance is also good. Dan is looking lanky. More than usual, I would say. But he's a big 155er. Matouche cutting off the octagon here. Gamrot striking is not good at all. Dan's looking good, man. He's looking good. Good feints. Yep. He's giving Gamrot a little bit too much respect here. Needs to counter him better there. He's just going back with his hand up. Chin up in the air. These are good push kicks. Dan's not using his reach properly. Needs to be jabbing. Do nothing kick up the middle from Dan. Good body kick by Dan. Catches a low leg kick from Gamrot. Gamrot just throwing wild 1-2s, missing big. Oh, there it is. Low single catches Dan's kick. Stupid Dan Hooker. Throwing those naked leg kicks. Absolutely not set up at all against a low single expert. Idiot. GG. GG. Out in the middle, takedown. Very good. He's going for a Dagestani handcuffs, maybe. Leg wraps. Beautiful stuff by Gamrot here. I don't know what he's doing there. He's going for a pummel. Knee up the middle. That was bad. He had his center control. He should have just used his weight on his hips to hold him down, but it's a mistake by Gamrot. What the fuck? Oh, Dan Hooker got dropped by a body shot, it looked like. Guillotined by Matouche. Turns him over. Full guard. Good shit by Gamrot. Ground and pounding Hooker. Good shit by Gamrot. Actually ground and pounding him. Oh, he's cut open Dan. It's bad. Dan's getting fucked up. Man, what shot dropped Dan? That was interesting. He dropped at one knee. Gamrot's all over him now. That was a really quick shot. Good stuff by Dan. Cage walking. Wall walking up. Separates. Good defense by Dan. So Gamrot's ground control is not really too solid. He'll go for repeat takedowns. He needs to work on his control. That's bad that he let Dan up there. Teeing. Oh, he rocked Gamrot. He's rocked. Holy shit. Good shit, Dan. Good counter over the top by Gamrot. Gamrot is rocked. Lands back on Dan. Dan stalking him down. Holy shit. Is it Gamrot's mistake every fight? He has those openings every fight on the feet. Especially against Turner. Gamrot's got to shoot for his life here. You know he's going to shoot. Crawling, low single. This is what he's really good at. Needed a knee. He's going to complete this. I mean, he's very low on the single. Hooker. Bad mistake by Hooker. Good elbows in the middle here. Over the top. Yep. Beautiful stuff by Dan. Good pressure by Dan here. This is veteran mentality right here. Don't let him recover. Although he's recovered quite a bit now. Beautiful stuff. Dan had to win that round. 100%. That's 1-0 Dan. Great round, man. Holy shit. That was a really exciting round. That's a 10-9 Hooker. If he dropped Gamrot, maybe 10-8, but pretty clear 10-9. Gamrot had his moments early. Good ground and pound cut Dan, but he rocked Gamrot, almost finished the fight, so definitely 10-9 Hooker. Yeah, let's see that again. I still didn't see that. Beautiful left hook over the top. Yeah, right on the temple. Gamrot, really good at going for low singles. Desperation. People need to counter Gamrot a bit more there. Knee down the middle. Shoots those low singles from really far out. Gamrot going for a do-nothing takedown. Good push kick up the middle by Dan. Sap and Gamrot's gash tank. They both trade ones. He keeps going for these fucking low kicks that are completely telegraphed and they're not behind anything. He needs to throw that behind a jab, not just throwing it out in the open. You can throw a push kick, quick push kick out, but not low kicks like that. He's gonna get taken down every time like that. Good stuff by Gamrot. Passes to half guard or side control. Staying busy. I don't agree with DC. Side control is still a very dominant position. Threaten freaking arm triangles. Mount, you have a lot of options. Body's open as well. Look at that. Gamrot, good knee across the midsection of Dan. Those hurt. Those add up. Doesn't have the right side for the arm triangle. It's not there. Back to full guard here. Just hugging each other. Oh, good shit by Dan. Caught the opening, scooted away. Wasn't able to get to his feet, though. Good job by Gamrot, chasing and closing. No, what the fuck is DC talking about? Do not give your back. Yeah, like that is fine. When you wall walk like that, that's fine. Wall walk and fight the hands, but not on the ground. Good shovel uppercut by Gamrot. Caught Dan clean. Good body shot by Hooker. Gamrot's running away. Back into the open. Right by a Gamrot. 1-2 by Gamrot. Grazing. Push kick by Dan. You should stay to the push kicks. Do not go for low kicks. Throw it behind jabs. Good feints. Good feint walk in by Dan. Gamrot's biting on everything here. Left hook is open. It's wide open. Good entry by Gamrot. Oh, that's a deep guillotine. Good shit by Dan. Gamrot on a very low low single here again. Good job of hiding his head. Dan needs to put more pressure on his hips. Yep. Sprawl out. This is good stuff. Basically almost doing the splits here. Good elbows. This is a Dan Hooker round. Good elbow again. Damage-wise, I mean, what the fuck is Gamrot landed damage-wise? Hook the back of his thigh here. Nope. Yeah, but Gamrot's not landing anything. He's landed a couple shots out in the open. It's probably a Gamrot round, to be honest. But damage-wise, I feel like it should be Dan. If Dan can land one good shot here, just anything here, he can win this round. He can steal this round. Just throw a 1-2, man. Just throw a 1-2. You win the round. Steal this round here, Dan. There we go. Just throw shots. Just throw shots. That's a Dan round. That's a Dan Hooker round. 2-0. That's 2-0. Beautiful stuff by Dan here, man. Gamrot overrated. A bit, yeah. Man, Dan is a fucking savage, man. Dan is a savage. I have it 2-0. I have it 2-0, Dan. 2-0, Dan. Dan's walking around. Gamrot needs a finish. Look at fuck. Dan is such an underdog. Huge payout here. Yeah, that judge needs to be investigated. Yeah, he keeps throwing these naked kicks. A good balance by Dan. Has a guillotine defense. Good roll by Gamrot. Little gator roll. Man, Gamrot's scrambling abilities are just phenomenal. But Dan is making some rookie mistakes here, throwing these naked low kicks. Stupid. Kind of. He didn't grab the fence with his hand, but he kind of grabbed it with his elbow. Good pressure by Dan, man. Dan is the man. Dan is he's just him, man. He just keeps going at him. Zombie. That Dustin Poirier fight was something else. Good one by Gamrot lands clean. But pressure by Dan is relentless here. Throwing these Nick Diaz body shots. Push kick lands, barely grazing. Good 1-2s by Dan. Little overhand right by Gamrot. Swings at nothing. Nothing but air. Little tap 1-2 by Gamrot. Dan returns. Oh, they're just throwing in the pocket now. Dan's eating them and just moving forward. Good jab by Gamrot. It's a Gamrot round so far. Dan needs to cut off the octagon a little bit better. Good overhand right here by Gamrot. A little quick jabbing like right. Fighting southpaw. Good jab again by Gamrot. Dan's getting kind of pieced up here. He's pressuring, but he's getting caught on his way in. Good jab by Gamrot, and a 2 follows. Jab the body. Switch orthodox southpaw, back to southpaw by Gamrot. Gamrot should not be out jabbing Hooker. It's fucking ridiculous. 5 inches of reach disadvantage and you're getting out jabbed. Beautiful sprawl by Dan. Now pour it on. Jab. Push kick up the middle. Oh, he caught Gamrot clean with the right there. Straight right caught Gamrot clean. Gamrot is piecing Dan up here. Good 1-2 by Dan. No, what is DC talking about? Clear round for Gamrot so far. Hooker just defending with his face here. Good 1-2. Grazed. It's a good entry on Dan's missing right. Yeah, Dan saying his glove's getting grabbed here. Dan going jumping over the top. Good balance. Gamrot pushing him against the cage. He's going for a standing guillotine here. He has used that guillotine as defense really well. Good 1-2 by Dan. Jabbing Gamrot here, snapping his head back. 1-2 again. Fucking zombie Dan Hooker, man. Holy shit, what a fight. Here just slugging. Oh shit. What a war, man. How many wars does Dan have in him, man? This is crazy. Digging for an underhook. What the fuck is Dan doing here? Just jump over him. Gamrot going for a weird low single. It's not going to land that. It's not going to finish this. It's too weak. Oh, this is a fight, man. 5 seconds left. Oh, good shot by Dan. Oh, man. Dan won that fight. Dan won that fight. Dan won that fight. Dan won that fight. 100%. Dan 2-1. Gamrot probably won that third round. But it was a close third round. But I have it 29-28, Dan. Man, what a fucking performance by Dan Hooker. Holy shit. Holy shit. Man. What's next for Dan? Do the Dustin Poirier fight again. Yeah, but he lost. He lost a fight. The fight was exciting because of Dan, though. Dan won that fight. What? Boom. Dude, Dan did way more damage. Yes! That's the correct decision. Holy shit. Gamrot thinks he won that. Hilarious. Yeah. Dan Hooker. That's the right fucking decision, man. Good shit, Dan. Gamrot talking all this shit, how he's gonna kill him and all this. Didn't do shit. Ain't no fucking robbery. How the fuck did Gamrot win that fight? Dan won that fight. These people are retarded. I thought Dan won the first and second round. Pretty clear. Based on damage. Max versus Dan would be fun, man. That would be fun. Let's run that Dustin fight back. The weeb himself. Never go full CTE. Nobody gives a fuck about Power Slap. He's a legend. God, shut the fuck up. Michael Scott himself.